listeners. I'm your host, Erica Salter, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday.
This whole hour of Santa Barbara teen athletes. And all those people and businesses that support those athletes, namely our wonderful Santa Barbara-based, nationally based nonprofits. We love our nonprofits. We've got a lot of nonprofits that are affiliated with this show now, and we're growing.
I think we almost have one nonprofit for every person in Santa Barbara.
Well, we like it. So that's a lot. We're going to be grabbing the Red Cross is going to be joining us here real soon. Woo! And the museum wants in. Woo!
The museum?
Yeah, you're going to be doing more commercials. I told everybody you're still size large, even though he's like that. They're a little big on you.
I love it.
You're a medium though, but you're like
I use them as jammies.
I know, and you wear them every day.
Or a sailboat.
Yes.
I'll put them up as a sail.
Because people, if you don't know out there, we try to represent all the nonprofits that we love. We rotate them in. Dr. D has been so generous.
By the way,
with his time.
Yeah.
All right, we cut T-shirt. I mean, how can you get a commercial for a T-shirt? Right?
I tell you, it's pretty good.
That's it.
I was walking down Victoria to lunch the other day, and this guy, just as I'm walking past, I don't know, he's taking something out of his car. He's Mr. Bishop Diego, and
that's it.
I says, I didn't go there, but I've got the shirt.
That's it. I do. I think you've matched a couple of schools.
Yeah.
I think Santa Barbara High.
Who's Golden Green?
That's Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara.
Once a Don, always a Don, and they were here.
Yeah.
You ripped it over. And we don't talk.
What was that hall? Providence.
Providence. You had the same thing. You had a matchy on them. You know, anytime you do matchy, it costs me blender cards. It's this thing. You know, he does the matchy.
And Westmont. I got a Westmont.
Westmont. We did matchy on Westmont. Gotta love it.
And Foresters.
I did do the Foresters matchy.
Yeah,
so that's 9 years. That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
That's better than the lottery ticket.
And of course, the Foresters are now headed to Wichita, going for number 8.
Woo! Come on!
Number 8.
We love the Foresters. Wow,
they are doing great. Let me tell you. Woo! Man, oh man.
All day.
All day, every day.
We've got a lot of great co-hosts today. We've got a lot of great content. We're going to go around the room really quick. Let's just do it fast. We got new guy. He's back, though. He's back. I'm just going to call him. Chef Richard's in the house. Woo! Chef Richards brought us some snacky. I winky at you, and I said, little snacky. And it's like, yeah, thank you for the snackies.
Absolutely.
I haven't seen him yet. We'll bust him open at break. Tell us what's going on. What are you doing?
Well, I am here. I'm currently, I just moved back here from Connecticut. I'm working with Dr. Dale Figtree, who all of you know, studying natural health. And then in the meantime, I am also working at a restaurant that just opened downtown in the Santa Barbara Public Market called Fala Bar. It's a vegan organic restaurant that sells really incredible falafel. Everything is, for the most part, gluten-free, and everything is now, as of Tuesday, local.
Nice.
And if anyone follows the Dale Figtree diet, this is definitely a place that you can go.
Ooh, I love that. Do you know the address, or by chance? We'll look it up.
I don't. It's on Victoria and Chapala.
Yeah, just the World Market, Victoria and Chapala.
Yo, okay, nice.
Across the street from Pal.
Of course. Michelle, we love Michelle. We love Pal. We love everything about you guys.
Thank you.
Yes.
And I brought an amazing guest today. So
nice. So we're going to secret her because I met her and she's like a big bright light. She doesn't know right now because she's in the quiet room. But guess what we're going to do?
Ask her to be a co-host.
Oh, you got it. We not that. Listen, this doesn't mean that you can't do a no-show. But
you can't keep me from coming.
Exactly. Oh.
I just show up.
I said, no, I know, but oh my God, what you do for the kids. And I say, I know people that know that because it's summertime, and I'm not saying that some programs have more benefits than other programs, but I'm trying. If a child is bored and a teen and they want more, I'm saying come down to PAL.
Excellent.
Because you just have a list. What's going on for the summer at PAL?
Well, last week they toured Westmont.
Nice.
I know you'll like that.
Of course.
So we're open every day from 3 to 6:30. We still have our music, our boxing, our tutoring, our the meal truck comes, the mobile cafe comes every day.
Beautiful.
So they're doing a couple excursions. Last week they did paintball. And they went to Fort Tejon.
Wow.
Yeah. So they are
Now,
still
on those long distance things, they do have fundraisers so they can raise the money themselves. But outside of that, all your membership and all the things that you were saying, the boxing and any of the other events, art and dancing, that's all no charge.
no charge.
See that? Oh,
No charge.
unbelievable.
And let me tell you this: I'm finishing up my reports, and I collected about 90 grades from our kids of about the 125 that we have. Average GPA 3.1.
Woo!
3.1.
Nice. What a proud thing. Beautiful.
Yes.
That's really nice.
Well, they're doing the work, and I was reading over one of my grants, and I can't take credit because I don't know if this was a phrase that I took from someplace else or if it was what I created myself. But I revisited it this past week when I was reviewing grants, and it's when hope is presented and tools and resources are made available, positive changes result.
There you go.
Because they're doing the work.
Yeah.
I'm giving them, or the community really is giving them the safe place and the tools, but it's like leading a horse to water.
Right.
They are the ones doing the work.
Yeah.
But we're the, all the staff, all the instructors, we're instilling that hope in them. So that, I think, is making a big difference.
We got a ball player in the house, co-host Sam. Woo! You better be keeping busy this summer.
I am.
Playing a lot of baseball.
Yeah.
You're on the Forester team, junior Forester team.
I'm going to LA tomorrow
Nice.
for at least 4 days for
Beautiful.
baseball.
Yeah, that was the most beautiful thing when they expanded the Foresters to include junior Foresters for the up-and-coming kids coming up, because both of my boys caught, and for them to have an opportunity to catch in the cages, just to practice and everything, and just to be around the college players and just get that feel. I mean, both of my boys played in college, and I just bow myself to both of the Pintards because they both, coach, and I tell you, and it was so important to the Bishop program. My kids just totally lucked out. There's so many resources here in Santa Barbara, and how can you not love this place? Seriously, come on. A lot of love going on in Santa Barbara. That's all I got to say. So you be a good boy, all right?
All right.
Okay, I'm jumping over you now. Ed Langlow, the Elks! And I always attribute you to the Elks because we're both Elks.
That's a good thing. They're a good thing. Good organization.
After break, you've got a big topic to talk about because you're gonna go up first. So I hope you're big gungy. You're gonna be ready. What are you gonna talk about after break?
So I'm going to start with a segment that I hope turns into a series of mentoring. So this first series is going to be called "If Only I'd Known." And the topic is going to be nothing that happens to you in your life has any meaning except the meaning you give it. So I'm going to try and give some examples.
See that?
And
you know what I love about co-hosts? I said, look, I need you to take over. When you give somebody a little seed, you've got your own water, you got your own fertilizer. Because, but can I do that? I go, that sounds great. That's such a brilliant idea. So every week we're going to enjoy you, Ed, and I'm really excited because I need a break. It's excited. Stop talking. Tell her to stop talking. Okay, seriously, everybody's dying right now. Oh, yeah. Rum, rum. Okay, turn off that phone, Ed. Dead giveaway. All right, so after break we're going to get with that, and then the last thing I want to do is say, I just put our hands together for Braille. They had a 100-year birthday last week. We have somebody really special in the house, Dominique. Got a little award. She got kind of emotional. When you have a friend that's kind of ice water, well, what do you do as a friend? I had to walk away, right? So it was like, Dominique Hackett, I'll let you talk. It was awesome. Good job.
Oh, it was really sweet. So when Braille had their celebration, so many nonprofits from around the community that also partner with Braille to help provide services for our visually impaired community all got together for the celebration. And part of it, the Red Cross, we did a collaborative effort because I'm also part of a Philosophical Books for the Blind Association. We put in Braille the shelter instructions for the Red Cross, and we produced 20 books for them. Well, when they came to the celebration, they had a plaque of thank you for the Braille Institute, and then they also had a plaque for thank you to our nonprofit, the Philosophical Book Association. all of us coming together to make it possible to braille these instructional books. And the really beautiful thing is that now we'll be working with the city of Goleta, and hopefully we'll be working with the city of Santa Barbara. And we're just working to get our emergency information into braille so that people who are visually impaired, I mean, think about it. When we have a disaster, frequently we're without power. So if you're visually impaired, you really need to be able to read Braille so that you know what to do and so forth. So I am a Braille teacher, and I do teach anyone who wants to learn. I teach Braille, and it's just wonderful, and we really appreciate the celebration of everyone's efforts.
And I got to think, another Elks Lodge, 2640, San Ynez Valley, they rolled in, and good old Stefan did all the cooking. Yeah, he's a griller. Woo! Stefan, we love you! So, yeah, I posted that up on Facebook, and guess what? We're going to have more new commercials because we never stop making new commercials for our nonprofits. Thank you again, Dr. D. Yeah. All right, we got a big show. Stay tuned for more after these messages. And this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday.
Okay, well, Ed, you're going to go first, but as you go, nothing, because I'm parched. I'm parched and I'm hungry. I got my water. I don't have my food. Break it out there, Dr. Richard. Not you. Dr. Richards, he's got Chef. No, I got Richard Dugan, and oh, wow, look at these. Oh, they're all individually packed. What is that, a cold hot dog? No, I'm just kidding. No. What is this? Whoa. Oh, wow. Smelling.
I can't believe you did that.
Wow.
Awesome.
Okay, and you made these.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Now they're from the recipe at the Fala Bar
Take
downtown.
one and pass it down.
And when we come back around to me, I'm going to share my personal recipe, which differs slightly from these, but is very similar.
Okay.
So now we're gonna munch while we listen to Ed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, you can't eat, Ed, because you have to talk.
I'm going to pass on the food.
And then we're going to get some fast food power ideas from Chef Richards. All right, Ed, you're up. And I'm moving the mic away because these are fabulous.
Okay, good morning. I'm Ed Langlo, and this is the first of what I hope will be a series of segments that I call If Only I'd Known. It's a mentor's moment with the teenagers that are here in the studio and teenagers that are listening on the radio. So I feel that one of the most important ingredients in life is happiness. If only I'd known when I was young that most things that happen to you in your life have no meaning except the meaning that you give them. And the evidence in my case is fairly simple. When I was a kid, I didn't like cooked carrots. I refused to eat them. And I finally started to eat more of them, and I developed a taste for them. And when I got older, I realized that the health advantages of carrots, and now I can't get enough of them. So what changed? Did the taste of the carrots change? I don't think so. My taste in food changed. Another example is when I was younger, I used to box a little bit. And the thing that I didn't like about boxing was getting hit in the nose. I hated getting hit in the nose.
That's a drag.
Because it hurt. My eyes watered, and I could smell the leather of the glove that hit me, and I could smell the blood running out of my nose. And that pretty much made me decide that I didn't want to be a professional boxer, and I walked away from it. So fast forward 20 years, a friend of mine was the coach for the Navy boxing team. So I'd go down to Port Hueneme, he'd get me on the base, and I'd go into the gym and help him out a little bit with the box-offs, which is where they would decide who was going to make the Navy boxing team. So these guys are going hard in the ring. And one of the boxers took a hard right hand, and both Steve and I saw his knees buckle. Ooh. So Steve stopped the sparring, got him out of the ring, said, come on, that's it. You guys go take a break. And as they're getting out of the ring, I'm standing up on the apron, and the boxer that got hit is laughing. And he looks at the other boxer, and he says, you almost knocked me out. And the guy said, yeah, I was trying. And they laughed together and walked off down the hall.
Nice.
So I thought, if he can do that, if that boxer can take a shot to the face so hard that his knees buckle and laugh it off, why can't I laugh off some of the things that I stress about?
Oh, I like it.
So now when somebody cuts me off in traffic, I just say, man, I'm glad I'm not that guy. He probably has to go to the bathroom so bad, he's got to get home before he soils his pants. And I laugh. It doesn't change the fact that he cut me off, but it gives me an opportunity to make a different meaning out of what happened, and it doesn't ruin my day. If only I'd known that when I was in school. I hated history class. I thought it was the stupidest thing in the world. Why would you want to learn about history? And this is going to sound like a plug for my book, but it's true.
That's okay.
When I was prepping for this morning, it dawned on me that 2 years ago, I wrote a history book. Wow. Called Motorcycling in Santa Barbara County, and it is a motorcycling history from 1920 to 1960 in Santa Barbara. So just keep in mind, Sam, for example, that nothing that happens to you has any meaning except the meaning you give it. So, for example, if you go to school and you decide that you don't like school, that's just the meaning that you decided to give it. So just apply yourself a little more, because when you're good at things, you like them, and you'll start to enjoy it, and you change the meaning that you give school. Promise you this, you'll be better off down the road. So listen in next Tuesday for my segment on the key to success.
You know, I like that so much. I had a friend who attended Stanford. She had a very difficult time in her physics class, and she wrote all over her textbooks, "I love physics." She ended up acing the class.
Yeah, brainwash yourself.
You got it. It's all about you giving meaning to your life.
That's right.
Love it.
I know. And while we were talking before the show, I was a military spouse for years, and we moved all over, and sometimes it wasn't a place we wanted to go. But I would have our household goods completely unpacked and put away within 3 days. And I would paint in the girls' room. I would paint, wherever we wanted color, because it was home. It had to be home for the next 1 year, 2 years, whatever amount of time it was, before we move on. But so now when I'm talking to these young people, and we have a young man who went into the military, I said, take advantage. If they want to send you overseas, do it, Go to those different ports. We have kids going out of state for college. I'm like, do it. It doesn't have to be permanent. If you get there and it's not your thing, then you come back. But you don't know until you go. And nothing's permanent. And it is really, happiness is within us and not within anything else. It's not in another person. It's not in material things. It's within us.
Yeah, it's so
I
funny.
like it.
When did we all decide that someone else gets to decide whether we're happy? That's just so odd.
I've always believed that anybody's altitude has to do with their attitude, not their aptitude, because it all you can frame your life any way you want. We have so many issues right now in communications. It's just daunting. I don't even post anything now that I try to take such the middle of the road. I even showed Dominique something that I posted, and it was just a commentary. It was just my opinion, and it was so middle of the road. You wouldn't know if what politics I was promoting, because I said, boy, I wish they wouldn't do this, because when they did this, it didn't work for them. That kind of thing. And it's like, I just got, in 2 minutes, I had 80 some odd people destroy me. And I said, Dominique, what did I do? And I didn't do anything, because you couldn't have looked at that and made it, is she independent, Republican, Democrat? No, I just made a statement of fact. But if you are so angry, I guess, you already have postured yourself, and that's what I like when Mona Mott Wild came and she said what Westmont is working with right now as far as conflict resolution is find out where the person has come from, because all of our ideals are based on our individual experiences. So I just want to talk about, and I told Dominique she's going to start a segment. I want to start just a community segment of what we have in common. Let's just focus on what we have in common, and not even because then anything else is dividing us.
Absolutely. And we have way more in common than we have differences.
We have way more in common. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sam, when you're as the catcher, that's the captain, you got 8 other guys looking at you. I know for a fact I can look at you regardless if you're up by 10 or down by 10. I should not look at you and know what the score is. Correct.
No, you have to keep a level head.
That's it.
You just have to just kind of keep a level head and stay within yourself and just make sure that you're not showing too much emotion, either up or down.
Yeah, the optimism that you have to, the light of optimistic-ism, I should say, that you have to present is going to make it, because you're on stage. So you got 8 other guys looking at you. So you drop your head, you just have caved your whole infield. You cannot put that head down, right? Correct? Because how many times that's what comebacks are so great, because making a fist, doing anything, just bumping everybody, giving love to your pitcher who might be struggling. I mean, what do you do in those circumstances? Do you have any
I just try to calm everyone down and just call time and talk to everyone and tell them just...
Call time. I love that. Stop the action now. That's it. I love that. That's it. Regroup. Reset.
Yeah.
I love that. So when you're in any huddles, do you want to share a huddle talk? Do you drop, I
mean, most of the time we don't talk about baseball. It's just to get everything off your mind.
I did the same thing. I called the timeout for no reason to go out. Okay, so I'm going to pick you up at 6. I'm going to pick you up at 6:30. Right, because we're getting down now tonight, girls. We're going to be, I'm not even going to say what I said, not allowed. Okay, but yeah, I just broke it up just because there was not 2-3 things in a row don't go your way. You need to stop it. You need to stop the game. It's kind of like getting a new set of dice. You
have to try to make
cutting the cards, break the right, get a new deck. Just a whole new energy.
Bring out the ice cream.
Bring out the ice cream.
Trying to make them laugh is good too.
Yeah, laughing is good.
Release all the tension and stuff.
Oh, I love that. Release. How advanced is he? He's so advanced. Okay, we'll talk about you more at break. Okay. All right, let's take a break. It's Erica Salda, the Queen of Tea. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday.
I didn't see the sauce. I saw the sauce, but now I'm going to do the dunk. Okay? But because I'm going to have a lot to listen to as I chew, because I'm going to give the mic to Michelle Myring because she brought a guest. Put your hands together. Woo! All right.
I know. So, working at PAL, I have the distinct privilege and honor to work with a number of community partners. And one of those partners I brought today, Miss Allie Cortez, and she is our go-to in helping teens. She works for the school district. Sometimes we have teens that just need to be checked in on during the day, making sure everything is going well if they've been having some struggles. She also leads the Wonder Woman workshops.
Okay. Girl, right here.
Yeah.
I had the little bracelets. I did.
You do?
I do.
Oh my gosh, that's what all we do. It's like you have the bracelet you're in. It's like a club, and we're all empowered.
Whack 'em. That's it.
Well,
yeah. Well, and then there you go. School district, Wonder Woman. She leads our It's a Girl thing at PAL.
Aww.
And she's the ED for A Different Point of View. And she sang at Soho recently. So she doesn't sleep, apparently.
There you go.
What's
Put your
that?
hands together. Wow, thank you.
Well, thank you. It's such an honor to be here, and working with Michelle and with Pal, it's just incredible to be where there's a community and so much is happening, but talking about commonalities, everybody's there because they're having a good time and they feel safe and they feel healthy, and that's what I'm all about. So a little bit about myself. My name is Allie Cortez, and I run a lot of programs for youth, and my mission is really aligned to the one from A Different Point of View, which is to inspire, engage, and transform youth. A Different Point of View is really cool because we use aviation to as a launching pad for youth. So imagine teens flying planes.
Love it.
Yes. And so our mission is to inspire, engage, and transform youth using aviation. So students that step into our program have never flown, sometimes have never even been on a plane, and just elevating them, lifting them, really showing them how a plane flies actually transcends into how can I fly? How can I live?
So you're a pilot?
No. Great question. But I have a romantic relationship with aviation. I love to travel, and I don't know about you all, but if you are traveling, it just inspires you.
My grandfather flew biplanes.
That's incredible. And that's the beauty about aviation. It's been here only 115 years. And in the last 115 years, it's just really taken off to a whole different level. And that's what I really appreciate about it, because there's so many lessons within theirself. Talking about mentorship, using the air control, right? The air control.
Traffic control.
Yes, traffic control. Definitely not pilot. Air traffic. They communicate with the aircrafts, and they're guiding them, and they're letting them know what's safe and what's not. And they actually build their relationship. So when we're up with the students flying, you hear how they're communicating as like, oh, don't take that taxi, go this way, go left, right. Now you can descend. And it's a different vocabulary, but the students understand that communication is key for everything. Mm-hmm. And so everything that we're using from aviation is really translating into how to live a better life, communication, mentorship. Step next to somebody who cares about you, because when you're up there, you're going to be scared, but you're also going to be amazed. So you're having to self-regulate. You're having to use everything you've been told to do and listen to an adult who is there for your safety and knows what they're doing. So it all just kind of clicks. It's a psychosomatic effect of, I can do anything. I can take healthy risks. I can listen to adults who care about me. I can fly.
I can step out of my comfort zone.
Yes.
Into the unknown.
Yes.
And find safety and find elevation and find new things.
Exactly. And that's what our motto is, like, attitude plus power equals performance.
Nice.
And so it's been astounding to see some students who step into our program who have never flown, never been next to an aircraft, and all of a sudden I find out that they're in Ecuador, they're in Vietnam, and I'm like, I've been looking for you. Oh yeah, we were in Vietnam, because they were so inspired by their own abilities that they took the opportunity to look for funding opportunities, and they themselves are just taking charge of their life. They are the captains of their ship.
Beautiful.
Flying has so many facets of things, and you just mentioned one that I never thought of, was the team effort to listen. And it starts with ground control. You call ground, they tell you what taxiway to take. They tell you to avoid the wake turbulence of the jet that just landed. They get you safely to the end of the runway, and then you go to the tower, and the tower starts giving you instructions, and you could learn from that what a team effort really is.
Yes, exactly. And it's just so lovely because it's a community in itself, and it's a very inclusive community. And it's a community that's actually struggling right now because there's a lack of pilots. So they want new youth. They want new members to step into this world. And there's so much you can do in this field. If you are into pets, if you're into animals, you can take care of animals that need to get from point A to point B. If you like food, there's like really high-end catering services just for these really cool flights. There's just so much
Chef
you can do.
Rich, we have
That's what I'm looking. Hello, Chef.
Everybody's looking at Richard.
Full service.
People pay a lot of money for that. There's a huge industry in that. And so there's just so many things you can do.
So what are the qualities that you look for in the students that you feel would be inspired by this? Or are you simply looking for the students who have the ability to step out of their comfort zone?
We've got all walks of life, which is interesting. We've had students who are super eager to just take opportunities, and we have students who are so shy and so introverted that that's nothing they would ever do, and someone dragged them in there to the program. And we usually like to make sure that we meet with them as well. And so any walk of life, and it's just not, it's for all sorts of students, boys, girls, anybody who just LGBT community, anybody who wants to step in and just have a whole different experience, see your community from a different perspective, from a different point of view, my plug-in. And it's beautiful because once you're up there, you're also seeing, hey, that's my school. Hey, that's the beach I hang out with. Oh, that's the park. There's Oprah's house. Oprah, if you're listening. There's Pal. You know, so, and it's like everybody, we could just see your community, and then you're like, I'm part of that, and I see it from a different perspective, a different point of view, and I want to do something. I want to be part of that community. I want to re-engage into his community. Some students who step into his program are not engaged in education or community, and from there, it's like, you know what? There's something bigger than just what's happening for me. I could do something about it. So
how do they contact you?
They can contact me. We have our website at adifferentpointofview.org, and my email is ali@adifferentpointofview.org. So yeah, you can get a hold of me. I'd love to connect. If you have a student you want to refer, if you just want to have more information, I'd be happy to.
And we need pilots.
And we need pilots.
We need pilots.
And chefs.
We've had all that.
No, and it's incredible. We've had the opportunity to have someone from PAL, a student, take it, and it's just incredible to see his growth. That's what we love about collaborating and working together. We're making all our students. We care about all our students.
I have an hour of flight time.
All right.
I got one.
You could be a great mentor.
You can do it.
You can do it.
All right, let's take a little break. It's Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday.
You're lucky that we live together, Dominique, because you're double dipping. Because I said no double dipping. Okay, so these falafels are awesome.
Amazing.
Very good. I'm going to end on the spicy one because that's spicy. So if anybody who likes spicy falafels, you've got it down going on.
Well, I think spicy, grab a mic. The spicy is garlic, right?
Yeah, there's garlic. I think
there's heat in it. What's the heat? I can, because my nose is running. There's heat. I got something with heat in it. Heat. I got heat.
Yeah.
Is it jalapenos in it?
I believe so.
Yeah, okay, you just got jalapenos in it. Yep. Sniffy. All right. Aside from these amazing, I'm going to call them power falafels. Okay.
Yeah.
How long does it take to bake?
Not very long at all.
These are baked, right?
Oven on, yeah.
See?
Well, these are actually fried.
Okay, these are fried.
These are fried. They're fried in a healthy oil, fried in grapeseed oil.
Okay.
Again, these are the ones downtown at the Fala Bar. Mine I prefer to bake.
Right.
But these are fried in a healthy oil, which is probably why they taste
so
really good.
Whip a batch up and then bake them from point A to whatever, C, D, E. E. I always finish everything on an E. I wear it around my neck. Okay. How long?
You can do it in probably anywhere between 20 and 30 minutes, really fast. And the best part is you can make the dough and it'll keep in your refrigerator for a week, and all you have to do is make it into little balls, throw it in the oven on broil for less than 5 minutes, and you've got a snack.
That's what I'm talking about.
Or an entire meal.
Yeah. So tell us what the nutritional quality is in falafels. Like if you have 3 falafels, you've got quite a bit of protein there.
Yeah, quite a bit of protein, but also because the base is garbanzo beans, they're really high in B vitamins, specifically B6, which really helps to support your energy at the mitochondrial level. So these are really incredible powerhouses for people who want a quick jolt of energy.
Well, that's perfect because I ate 2 during the show, and I have to go work out right after this.
Well, excellent. I feel very confident that this will be helpful.
So I should have a fantastic workout, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Absolutely.
You need to try one of those jalapeno ones, and you got to be moving, girlfriend. You got to be really and not spinning on the spinning machine.
Do you see the color of my hair? I'm very Nordic. We don't do spice in the Nordic countries.
Well, again, the good thing about falafel dough is you can put whatever you want in them. Also to increase energy. So, for instance, sweet potato falafel, you can throw some sweet potato in there. That will also amplify your nutrients, your vitamins and minerals. It also supports in Chinese medicine the spleen, which will also increase your energy. And the big thing with increasing energy, especially if you're very athletic and performing in sports, is that you want to have food that has a high amount of carbohydrates but balanced with an equally high amount of fiber, because that will allow the carbohydrates and the energy to release into your body slowly over time for sustained energy. The same principle applies to things like coffee, green tea, things that people think of as not so good for energy, but that's because it'll take you right up and then you crash. So there are ways around that. For instance, if you blend butter with your coffee, it adds in L-theanine. And when you add in L-theanine to coffee, the caffeine will release slowly into your system over time throughout the course of the day.
Yes. And how about chia seeds? If you add chia seeds
as
into
well.
your tea?
So chia seeds, all sorts of seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, also nuts are very high in magnesium, which help to take sugars and fats and convert them into accessible energy.
Well, and I heard chia seeds are really good for water.
Yeah, they are. They are. So the body will absorb and hold water better when it's consuming not just a glass of water, but something that already has water in it. So cucumbers, celery, chia seeds, things that will absorb water, it'll become part of its molecular structure, then you consume it, and that water will become instantly and readily available because it's accompanied with these vitamins and minerals that, in essence, are electrolytes.
Wow, that's really interesting. I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about that. Do you know that because of the sports and the running that you do?
I do a little bit about that with the cucumbers and celery and watermelon and eating those. And it's on the reverse cycle when you're looking for that high glycemic index for if you're running a long race or you're in an endurance sport, then you want those higher glycemics sometime to get into your blood system quick. So raisins are one of the highest on the glycemic index. A lot of people will eat jelly beans when they're doing a long endurance race because you can only store so much and you will get depleted, but those release quickly, the high glycemic, but they're not unhealthy per se. It's not like
per se. I mean, it depends if you're talking about jelly beans, maybe. Raisins, on the other hand.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm saying you're eating maybe 4 or 5 jelly beans, or somebody who doesn't like raisins, they might eat those in jelly. But now they have like jelly beans designed for athletes that have the electrolytes in them, because they can tolerate them.
Right. So there is a really good healthy replacement for things like jelly beans and raisins, which is goji berries. Yeah. And goji berries will also provide immediate accessible energy. You can't eat a single goji berry before going to bed, and you won't fall asleep. Just really, really high energy. And they also support in Chinese medicine your Jing energy, which is your overall energy. So it's sustained energy that will continue throughout most of the day. But it is high enough in glycemic index that energy is readily available instantly. And things like goji berries can be thrown into a trail mix. You can put them in hot water, rehydrate them. You can make a tea from them. You can cook them into soup. A lot of people think that you can only do sweet things with them. You can do you could even throw them in falafel. Why not?
So what do you think the best meal would be to eat for an athlete before a game and then also after a game?
Okay, well, it depends on the time of day. So if it's a morning thing, the best thing you can possibly eat is oatmeal, first thing in the morning. Oatmeal has beta-glucans, which are the things that make it really sticky, and those will provide you with a huge amount of heart-healthy carbohydrates that will release slowly over time. Again, that same concept to give you sustained energy. Now, if it's for lunch, let's say, something like falafel would be absolutely great. Something with beans or something with nuts or seeds or snacks. Something like a fruit salad would be really excellent. There are a lot of fruits. Vitamin C also helps specifically fat to turn into available energy. So things that are high in vitamin C include strawberries, oranges, guavas. So that would be excellent. Now, after working out, or after exercising or performing some sort of sports activity, the best thing you can do is replenish your B vitamins. B vitamins are probably going to be highest in red meat. If you don't eat red meat or you're a vegetarian, then beans are your best next source, specifically lentils. Are very high in that type of energy.
Chef Richard, I have a question. We had a meal about a week ago, invited some friends over, and one of our friends refused any beverage because he said that he never drinks a liquid with a meal because he said it doesn't help with the digestion. That's
correct.
Is it?
Yeah. So what happens is
I flood myself.
Yeah.
Drink. I mean, just water.
And that's
I drink a lot of water with my meals.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine for people with really good digestion. No. So what happens is when you drink a lot of liquids with your meal, what you end up doing is you dilute the enzymes that help to break down that food. Now, a lot of people have a very strong gut, a very strong gut bacteria, strong enzymes. They don't have to worry about it. They can consume as much water as they want. People with weaker digestion, with bloating problems, acid reflux, conditions like that, it's probably better that they save their water consumption or liquid consumption to at least 30 minutes before or after.
Well, I'm pushing my water away, and I feel like acid reflux is setting in now because I'm not going to drink any more liquids again with my meal. This is it, because I'm just not going to do it. I have to test. You have to test yourself.
Yeah.
I never had 58 years old. Nobody has ever said the reason why. Did you know that, Michelle?
No.
Never.
No, we usually would have milk with our meal. Mm-hmm. This question came up over the weekend. What people, growing up would drink. We always had milk.
Milk and pizza.
We just always had we just drank a lot of water. I don't even know. I'm going to try it's going to be weird because I was grabbing something. I don't know. I want to put something there, maybe just an empty glass, and break the habit,
Well,
there's nothing in it. Okay.
I usually have to because my household always puts spice on the food, and I love the flavor of spice, but literally I will start crying and sweating and overheating, so I have to have something to
break it down,
balance that.
Mm-hmm. Got you. All right. Put your hands together. I love that segment. Woo. Can't wait till your next segment. It's wonderful. Let's take a little break. It's Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday.
I always have to do my weekly shout to Carolyn Givens at Something's Good Organic. Woo! Yeah. Tell you, it's a bounty. If y'all want to not save yourself because they do the home delivery. You have all different options. And if you want to add cilantro, you can. If you want to add a dozen eggs, you can. She has chickens. And now she's adopted a couple of roosters. Thank you, Carolyn. Oopsie. We had a couple of roosters in the last batch. Okay, but they have a beautiful home now. Nice. What do we say about Carolyn?
Oh, shout out to Carolyn and shout out to our local growers and farmers. We really appreciate you.
And also we added, talk about the meat, we did an add-on.
Well, we're doing an experiment it's called a butcher block, where we are getting grass-fed, humanely killed meat. So we have the box that's mostly cow, beef. And wow, it tastes really amazing. How can I say it? The taste is really good. My body says, wow, this is healthy. It's like the animal was well cared for, well fed, and humanely killed. So it's really wonderful.
You get your whole month of red meat, and you're done. It's all right there. It's kind of portions you of how much meat that you eat in a month. That's what we do, and it's a surprise box, free bacon. You had me on the free bacon. That was it. And of course, I had the flash, so I got 2 free bacons. I said,
no nitrates.
You gotta grab it now.
No nitrates, no preservatives. So it's all frozen, and the idea is to create husbandry where we're caring for our animals in a really beautiful way. We're giving them good grain. And we're supporting our local U.S. farmers.
Got to do it all. All right, so we want to support Chef Richard. So say, for example, if somebody wanted to do like a small party, do those? I mean, now we have a plane. You could throw your falafels on. I don't know.
Do it.
So what could he do to help Chef Richard? Because we want you to come back and we want more food. So...
Yeah, I have to say I am not particularly looking for anything in food service. I'm perfectly happy working with a falafel downtown. I do have a degree in archaeology, so I am always looking for something in that arena, which is very hard to find around here.
Yeah.
But I am always happy to cater events. I did a lot of that back in Connecticut. I haven't done it here yet, but I'm always happy to do that.
Nice. Well, thank you for being here today. I need a pick and a bio. Okay. Michelle Meyer.
Yes.
I know how much we love you. So what's going on? We need to support Pal. We love Pal.
We do need to support those kids.
Right.
I mean, they are our future.
Yes.
And they're doing amazing things. So you can go on and give us, $5, $500, $5,000. We're not picky. www.sbpal.org. You can visit our teen center, 1235 Chapala, and then you can go across the street and have some lovely falafel.
That's
yes.
it. You don't drink any water with it.
Have a
no
falafel of
no liquids, just the falafels.
Yes, but yes.
Nice. All right, Ed.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, what's going on, Alex? We have a minute. Anything? Exciting?
Well, if you didn't make it to the Elks last Saturday, you missed the Groovin' in the Grove Car Show.
That's it.
That was a fundraiser for our local veterans that the Elks puts on the last Saturday of every July. And it was very successful.
And if you had a great time in the Groovin' in the Grove and you're sitting down with your checkbook, you can always just write that check to Elk 613 or drop it by because they do a ton of stuff in Santa Barbara.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have time to talk about it. We'll talk about that next week, though. But
you can give to a different point of view as well.
Oh, but she's going to be back.
Don't forget me.
All those in favor, Allie. All right, yes, yay, aye. So you're unanimous. Santa Barbara, we're the best city in the country. God bless you all. See you next week.